All right, well, let's just jump right into it. Oklahoma has made a change at the quarterback position. Jay, I was listen, if you saw me this weekend, I was not the person that was on this train, but I guess I'm going to have to get on board because Michael Hawkins is now the starting quarterback for Auburn, and it feels like this might be a permanent change for Oklahoma. So, Jay, initial thoughts, how are we feeling about this change at quarterback?
Honestly, it makes sense. You kind of had to after just the performance differences that we saw between the two quarterbacks against Tennessee. You got no choice. You got to go ahead and go with the guy that makes you feel like you got the hot hand, right? Hawkins, I think, has deserved the opportunity to go ahead and play. He put it all out there in the last game, and you felt good about it. And so, with that being the case, just got to go ahead and see what happens.
We got to see what happens. And I mean, listen, I want to talk about what Michael Hawkins is going to bring for the Oklahoma Sooners now as starting quarterback because he provides, I think, a little bit of a different skill set than Arnold in terms of his scrambling ability when he's outside of the pocket. He's a lot faster. You can tell that, right? I think he gives you a little bit more of the vibes of a Kyler Murray or a Jalen Hurts or even a Baker Mayfield, what they were able to do outside of the pocket. So Oklahoma fans are very familiar with that. Probably going to be a little bit more confident there. But I mean, just kind of looking at some of the guys that he was throwing to, those are a lot of second string wide receivers. So I feel really good that Michael Hawkins and some of those receivers are going to have a lot more camaraderie and chemistry together than maybe Jackson Arnold did with them, just because he threw to him all off season. So they're very familiar with each other. So just kind of looking at his game and looking at some of the weapons that he's going to have, like, what is Michael Hawkins going to be able to bring that maybe Jackson Arnold just wasn't able to bring?
Somebody that makes a decision. I mean, if you really think about it in the simplest terms, Michael Hawkins was making decisions and he was making them quickly. That's was not what we was getting from Jackson Arnold. And like, yeah, as we all know, I've been an apologist and big fan of Jackson Arnold and was hoping, he would give us the sun and the moon. But at the end of the day, this is a performance-based position and game. And if you're not performing, sometimes you need another person going there to give you the spark. And Michael gave us a little bit of that, right? He was running around, he was moving, he was making throws. Like I said, he was making those decisions, scored 2 touchdowns, right? What got us there to get 2 touchdowns. The flip in the air he did not get, but he did get the Javante Barnes throw. That was a touchdown, and then Barnes ran the second one in. You got that. You got the guy that make decisions. If it didn't look good on the pass, he would tuck and try to scramble it around, or he was checking them down quickly. He wasn't taking forever to make those decisions. And that's the hardest part about playing, right? Is even if you got clean pockets, you got to make decisions. That interception that Jackson Arnold threw, that pocket was clean. Go look at the film. We were holding those boys up. The line actually did their job. The one
He
thing that we
stared
were
him down.
concerned about. Huh?
He stared down
Yes.
his receiver.
Yes. And
He
he
didn't
threw
even
it
look
too
at an open
late.
Deion Burks.
He threw it too late. Like Burks could have been open if he would have let him. He could have threw it over the middle, like lobbed it over the like over that linebacker's head, because the safety was kind of shifting towards following Hester. But like Aaron Murray over at the former, I think, Georgia quarterback that's on snaps, he pointed out, he's like, that's one of those plays that he probably has gotten like 3 or 4 touchdowns in practice on, right? As soon as that wide receiver hits there and the corners stay up, you lob it to that guy in that corner, boom, he catches it, sideline touchdown, right? You could tell that it was one of those plays that was designed to, this is where you go. But when that corner start, when he hesitated to throw, he just stood there and stared. The corner knew, let me backpedal. And when he backpedaled, guess what? Ball right there in his hands. And so for him, it's all about the decision making, right? There's certain plays where he could have just thrown the ball to the tight end. There's some plays he could have thrown it to he could have checked down to the running back. I mean, now at the same time, we got to get our running backs doing a better job of getting out faster so that check down's available. But man, in this situation, you need someone that's going to make decisions, right? Even with the offensive line, it struggles, and when it's at its strongest, someone needs to make decisions, and Michael's going to have to be that. Looks like Michael's going to be that guy.
Yeah, and this might be the change you need going into Auburn, and then you get a bye week right before you play Texas. So honestly, I feel like you're making a quarterback change probably at the right time because you don't have a bunch of games that follow the quarterback change right away. You get a bye week in there, so you're going to get an opportunity, one, to get guys healthy, but two, maybe get Michael Hawkins a little bit more familiar and more reps with the ones, and potentially come out against Texas and let's say it, try to get the upset because Texas is going to be the number one team in the country, assuming they don't have a massive collapse against Jeff Levy.
Yeah, no, yeah, that well, Texas shouldn't have any problems going into Red River, right? They're going to go in with a lot of confidence, and so we'll just see, how that turns out for them, right? They went to the game last year with a substantial amount of confidence. Sark's doing a really good job as an offensive minded coach. He's got everything he needs, right? It's all prepped for him. Same thing for Brent Venables, defensive minded head coach. Zach Alley running the defense just like Venables would. You notice that we went into a 3-3-5 majority of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were getting a lot of pressure, which is the thing that you want. If you're playing a 3-3-5 and you're getting pressure, you're doing your job because
you feel good about
you
it.
throw your exotic blitzes with your linebackers. Man, this is what we've been wanting. Sooner fans have asked for a competent defense. Now we have an exceptional defense. Now we got to ask for a competent offense. And it's because the team is young. And now we're going to understand we're shifting into a youth movement, PG.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing a lot of young players. And unfortunately, we're going to be dealing with a lot of young player mistakes. So I'm hoping that we do enough competency there. It sucks that the offense wasn't at the age or close to the age of the defense. But the good thing is I think we've got 2 years of this defense, really. Even with Stutzman gone, I think his heir apparents of Kip Lewis and Kobe McKenzie and Lewis Carter, I think they'll be fine. Billy Bowman's about to go. I think we'll be fine with Peyton Bowen right there. At this point, we might lose Robert Spears Jennings, right?
Hey, is he a first rounder if he plays? If he gets 6 interceptions and does what Billy Bowman did last year,
he could.
I can see size. Like, that is what you look for in the NFL.
Yeah, I can see guys with his size. I can see him at safety going pro.
Yeah, that would
going first round, going in the first 2 days at least, easily.
Yeah, that would hurt you a little bit. You would feel that one, but you'd be excited because it would give guys.
I don't know how much of that you would truly feel, right? Like it'll hurt because he's a really good player, right? Really good. But I think the guys behind him that he's tooling up.
Well, because we talked
they looked good playing too.
Because we talked about a youth movement. Jaden Hardy has played quite a bit of safety for Oklahoma this year. He was out there
for Billy Bowman. That's the thing. He was out there for Billy.
Mm-hmm.
You saw a lot of you saw Boganowski last game.
Yep.
Right? Reggie Powers, when he gets healthy, he played a little, I think a little special teams. But yeah, those three, secondary, the safety room is just fine. Linebacker room, got the competitive depth you're looking for, right? The corners, that's where you need to see more growth. But Dez should be gone. I think Kanai is going to be gone. But Kanai can come back. Kanai comes back one more year.
Des Malone could come back.
So yeah, the defense has a very good shot now. I mean, you're going to lose Dejon Terry, so you're going to replace him. But you got Jaden Jackson, right?
Yes.
You got David Stone. You got Nigel Smith. You've got some players there. The bigger question is going to be on that offensive side, how much of the youth is going to play and how much of them are going to be able to rally around Michael Hawkins, and because he's here for 2 more years at least. And how Jackson Arnold wants to do it, he's still here too.
And I think that's the big news, right? If you're playing Michael Hawkins for the rest of the season, which I think at this point we presume he's the permanent starter, you're burning his red shirt. So you got 3 years of Michael Hawkins this year and 2 more. And
you may still have 4. It could be. Just depends.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think at the University of Oklahoma, you expect a guys after 3 years able to go to the NFL draft.
I'm sorry, but this is not your mom. This is not your young version of the Oklahoma Sooners. This is before that. This is back when I was in high school, Oklahoma Sooners, where we have defense focused.
Listen, you ain't got to call me out. You ain't got to call me out for being
just
young.
saying, man. Just saying. That's the thing is we've asked for this, and guess what we're getting is defense. we got it. So we should be excited about that, if anything.
All right. Well, appreciate you coming on, Jay. Where can
Yeah.
everybody find you guys at?
You know where to find me. Unfair Sports here on YouTube, as well as whatever podcast to download and listen to. We drop videos. Luckily, I had some time. It's early for me. It's late for y'all. It's very early for me because I'm on another time zone for now. So yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we'll catch you Monday on your live. You got a live on Monday or Wednesday, right?
Depends. I might go live on Wednesday. As of right now, it looks good. We'll just hope that it works out.
All right. Well, if you guys haven't already, you made it this far, make sure you guys hit that like and hit that subscribe button.